What happens when a beloved sitcom icon walks onto a daytime talk show expecting laughter and promotion, but instead finds herself boxed into a conversation that feels personal, dismissive, and just a little too sharp for live television? Make sure to subscribe to the Star Talks and like and comment for more talk show coverage. Joy Behar smiles into the camera as the applause dies down, her cards resting loosely in her hands. We are back, and joining us now is one of television's most recognizable stars. You know her from Modern Family, you know her from America's Got Talent, and now she's starring in a new limited series that everyone's talking about. Please welcome Sofia Vergara. The audience erupts again as Sofia steps out, waving with both hands, that familiar confident smile on her face. She leans in to hug Whoopi, nods to Sunny, gives Sarah a quick squeeze, and finally sits down beside Joy, smoothing her dress and laughing lightly. Thank you, thank you. This is very nice. I like the energy already. Joy chuckles. Well, you bring energy wherever you go, let's be honest. Sofia laughs along. I try. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's there. Whoopi grins. It's good. People love it. Joy glances at her card. So, Sofia, you've had this incredible career. Comedy, drama, judging talent shows, producing. And now you're playing a much darker role. People are saying this is the first time we're seeing the serious Sofia Vergara. Sofia tilts her head slightly, still smiling. I don't know about first time. I think people just finally let me do it. There's a small ripple of laughter and applause. Joy raises her eyebrows. You think so? Sofia shrugs. Yeah, I've always wanted to do more dramatic work. But when you have an accent and you're loud and you're funny, people put you in a box. Sunny leans in. That's something you've talked about before, right? Being stereotyped in Hollywood. Yes, Sofia says quickly. For many years. It's not new. Joy lets out a half laugh. But Sofia, come on. That accent, that personality, it's part of your brand. People love that about you. The smile on Sofia's face tightens just a little. It's part of who I am. But it's not the only thing. There's a brief pause. The audience murmurs, sensing a shift. Joy continues, tone still conversational but sharper now. Sure, but audiences didn't exactly line up to see you do Shakespeare. They wanted Gloria. They wanted the comedy. Sofia's laugh this time is shorter. They wanted what they were shown. Whoopi glances between them. I think what Sofia's saying is. Joy waves her hand slightly. No, I get it. I just mean, sometimes actors have to accept the lane that works for them. The audience reacts with a few scattered oohs. Sofia turns fully toward Joy now, her posture straighter. But who decides the lane? Joy blinks. Well, the audience. The industry. It's not the audience, Sofia interrupts, still calm but firmer. It's the industry deciding what they think the audience will accept. Sunny nods. That's actually very true. Joy exhales, smiling thinly. Okay, but Sofia, you've done incredibly well in that lane. You're one of the highest paid actresses on television. Sofia holds up a finger gently. Yes, and I'm grateful. But success doesn't mean you stop wanting to grow. Applause breaks out. Sofia waits for it to settle, eyes still on Joy. If I listened to people telling me, stay where you are, don't ask for more, I wouldn't be here at all. Joy shifts in her seat. I'm not saying don't ask for more. I'm just saying, sometimes there's a reason certain roles go to certain people. The tension is now unmistakable. Sarah jumps in, trying to soften it. But Hollywood has a long history of typecasting, especially women of color. Joy nods quickly. Of course. Sofia takes a breath. And that's what I'm talking about. When I hear, this works for you, why change it? It sounds like, be grateful and be quiet. The audience gasps lightly. Joy laughs, but there's edge to it. No one's telling you to be quiet, Sofia. Sofia looks at her directly. But it feels like you're telling me I should be satisfied with what makes other people comfortable. Whoopi leans forward now. All right, let's slow this down a second. Joy lifts her hands. I'm just having a conversation. So am I, Sofia replies immediately. There's applause again, louder this time. Joy glances out at the audience, then back at Sofia. Okay, but let me ask you this. Do you think your accent has ever limited you? Sofia doesn't hesitate. Yes. Joy nods. There you go. That's reality. Hollywood isn't always fair. Sofia's expression hardens. Reality doesn't mean it's okay. Sunny snaps her fingers lightly. That's the point. Joy sighs. I just think sometimes we overanalyze. No, Sofia cuts in, her voice still controlled but unmistakably sharper now. We underanalyze it because it doesn't affect everyone the same way. The audience reacts again, louder, a mix of applause and surprised murmurs. Joy presses her lips together. All right, but Sofia, you're on top now. Isn't it a little late to be angry about it? Sofia's eyes widen slightly. She lets out a short laugh, then stops. Late. Whoopi's eyebrows shoot up. Oh. Sofia turns to Whoopi briefly, then back to Joy. That's like saying because I made it, I should forget how hard it was to get here. Or how many doors were closed in my face. Joy responds quickly. I didn't say forget. But that's how it sounds, Sofia says, her voice finally rising just a notch. And I hear this all the time. From people who didn't have to fight the same fight. The studio is dead quiet now. Joy shifts again. Are you saying I don't understand struggle? Sofia pauses, choosing her words carefully. I'm saying your struggle is not my struggle. And when you minimize mine, even accidentally, it matters. A beat. Then scattered applause grows into something louder, more sustained. Joy nods slowly, but her jaw is tight. All right, we'll leave it there for now. Sofia leans back slightly, crossing her arms, her expression composed but clearly unsettled. Whoopi clears her throat. Well, this is why these conversations are important. The camera pulls back slightly as the tension lingers in the air, the audience still buzzing. Everyone aware that what just happened was more than a simple disagreement, and that it's far from over. The applause fades, but the energy in the room doesn't reset the way it usually does after a tense exchange. You can feel it sitting there unresolved, hovering over the table. Joy straightens her cards again, taking a breath that feels a little more deliberate than before. So, she says, forcing a light chuckle, your new series is getting incredible reviews. Sofia nods, polite, but her shoulders are still tight. Yes, I'm very proud of it. Joy continues. Critics are saying it's proof you were always capable of this kind of depth. Sofia glances sideways at Sunny, then back to Joy. I don't love the word proof. Joy looks up. Why not? Because it suggests I had to earn the right to be taken seriously, Sofia replies. Her tone is calmer now, but there's steel under it. Like I was pretending before. The audience murmurs again. Whoopi leans back in her chair, arms folded, watching closely. Sarah jumps in gently. I think what Sofia's pointing out is that comedy is often dismissed, especially when women do it. Joy nods. I agree with that. Sofia turns slightly toward Sarah. Thank you. Comedy is not easy. Playing Gloria for 11 years was not easy. People think yelling and being funny is simple. It's not. Joy interjects. Nobody's saying it's simple. But it's treated like it is, Sofia says immediately. Joy exhales. Okay, but Sofia, when you say things like people didn't let me, it almost sounds like you're blaming the audience for enjoying you the way they did. Sofia's eyes narrow just a bit. I'm not blaming the audience. I'm blaming the system that only offered one version of me to them. Sunny nods emphatically. That distinction matters. Joy tilts her head. But you also leaned into that version. You built an empire on it. Sofia lets out a small laugh, not amused. Because that was the door that was open. The audience reacts with a low, Sofia continues, her words coming faster now. When you come to this country with an accent, no connections, no safety net, you don't say, no thank you, I'll wait for the perfect role. You say yes. You survive. Joy looks momentarily taken aback. I'm not criticizing you for surviving. But you're questioning why I want more now, Sofia says. Joy shakes her head. I'm questioning the tone of resentment. That lands hard. The audience gasps. Whoopi sits forward again. Joy. No, Joy insists. It sounds resentful. Like you're angry at the people who made you successful. Sofia's posture stiffens. I'm angry at the limitations. Joy presses. But isn't that part of every career? Everyone gets boxed in. Sofia raises her eyebrows. Not everyone gets boxed in because of how they speak. Sunny jumps in quickly. Or where they're from. Joy gestures toward Sunny. I get that, but... And not everyone is told their intelligence is questionable because they sound different, Sofia adds, her voice sharper now. The audience erupts in applause. Joy blinks, lips parting slightly. Who said your intelligence was questionable? Sofia looks directly at her. Casting rooms. Executives. Interviews. Jokes. Joy laughs awkwardly. Well, people joke about everyone. Sofia shakes her head. Not like that. There's a beat of silence. Sarah tries to mediate. Sofia, Do you feel like those jokes still happen now? Sofia doesn't hesitate. Yes, just more politely. The audience laughs nervously. Joy shifts again. But you also joke about yourself. Sofia nods. Because if I don't, someone else will. And they'll be harsher. Joy looks unconvinced. I just worry that we're rewriting history a little. That's when Sofia's composure visibly cracks. Not yelling, not dramatic, just a clear shift. She leans forward, elbows lightly on the table. Rewriting it for who? Joy stiffens. For the audience. Sofia tilts her head. The audience wasn't in those rooms. Whoopi lets out a low MMM. Joy responds. But they welcomed you. They embraced you. And I love them for that, Sofia says. But loving the audience doesn't mean I can't talk about the barriers behind the scenes. Joy's voice tightens. I just think sometimes this conversation turns into, everyone was against me. And that's not entirely fair. Sofia's eyes flash. I never said everyone. Joy counters quickly. But that's how it sounds. Sofia straightens. Then listen more carefully. The audience reacts loudly now, applause mixed with sharp inhales. Joy looks genuinely irritated for the first time. I am listening. Sofia shakes her head slowly. You're listening to respond, not to understand. The studio erupts. Whoopi raises her hand. Okay. Joy throws her hands up slightly. That's not fair. Sofia meets her gaze. It's how it feels. Joy leans back, crossing her arms. So now I'm part of the problem? Sofia pauses. This time, she chooses her words with care. You're part of the conversation. And the conversation gets uncomfortable when people don't want to examine their assumptions. Sunny quietly says, That's true. Joy turns to Sunny. Really? Sunny nods. Yeah. I think Sofia's being honest about her experience. Joy sighs deeply. I'm not denying her experience. I'm saying we all deal with limitations. Sofia responds immediately. But we don't all deal with the same ones. Joy snaps back. Life isn't a competition of suffering. Sofia's voice rises, not loud but firm. I'm not competing. I'm explaining. The audience claps again. Joy's face hardens. It just feels like no answer is good enough. Sofia leans back slightly, eyes still locked on Joy. Because you're defending instead of asking. There's a long pause. Even the audience quiets. Whoopi looks between them, then finally speaks. Joy, maybe the point is to let Sofia finish without framing it. Joy turns to Whoopi. I'm letting her finish. Sofia exhales sharply. Every time I finish a sentence, you tell me why I shouldn't feel that way. That line lands heavy. The audience gasps audibly. Joy opens her mouth, then closes it. She taps her cards against the table. Okay, so tell me, what do you want people to understand? Sofia doesn't soften. That success doesn't erase discrimination. That gratitude doesn't cancel truth. And that being funny doesn't mean being shallow. Applause swells again, louder than before. Joy nods, lips pressed tight. Fine. Sofia watches her carefully. Not fine. Heard. Joy looks up sharply. I am hearing you. Sofia holds her gaze. Then stop minimizing it. The room feels electric now. Producers off camera are probably shifting, sensing the segment stretching beyond comfort. Whoopi glances toward the control room, then back at the table. We're going to take a quick break in a minute. Joy jumps in quickly. Yes, we need to reset. Sofia responds. Resetting doesn't mean erasing. The audience applauds again, some standing. Joy stares ahead, jaw clenched as the tension peaks. Unresolved, raw, and very much still unfolding as the cameras prepare to cut away. The show comes back from break, and the applause is louder than usual, almost forced, like the audience is trying to shake off what just happened. The camera finds the table again. Joy sits upright, hands folded now, no cards this time. Sofia adjusts her microphone slightly, her face calm but guarded. Whoopi looks straight ahead, already sensing they're walking back into unfinished business. Whoopi starts, voice steady. All right, we're back. And before we move on, I just want to say, these conversations can get heated because they matter. The audience applauds lightly. Joy nods. Yes, and I want to be clear. I'm not trying to invalidate anyone's experience. Sofia doesn't respond immediately. She just looks at Joy, waiting. Joy continues, but when we talk about barriers, we also have to talk about personal choices. Sofia exhales through her nose, barely audible, but the mic catches it. The audience murmurs. Sunny turns slightly toward Joy. What do you mean by that? Joy turns to Sunny. I mean, Sofia made strategic choices. Smart ones. She leaned into a character that worked, and it paid off. Sofia finally speaks. You keep saying leaned in like I had a menu. Joy blinks. Didn't you? No, Sofia replies flatly. I had one offer at a time. The audience reacts with a low, oh. Joy presses on. But you stayed in that role for over a decade. Sofia nods. Because it fed my family. Because it gave me stability. Because it gave me power later. Joy raises her eyebrows. Later. Yes, Sofia says firmly. Not at the beginning. Later. Whoopi cuts in. That's a key point. Joy waves it off slightly. I'm just saying lots of actors get stuck and never get out. Sofia did. Sofia turns fully toward her now. So because I escaped, I shouldn't talk about the fire? The audience erupts. Applause, whistles, a few people stand. Joy tightens her lips. That's dramatic. Sofia doesn't smile. It's accurate. Joy leans forward. I think what bothers me is the implication that people like me are somehow responsible. Sofia's eyes lock on hers. Not responsible, but dismissive. Joy's voice sharpens. I'm not dismissive. Sofia responds immediately. You said it was late for me to be angry. The audience reacts again, louder this time. Joy pauses. You meant that my feelings have an expiration date, Sofia cuts in. Whoopi raises her hand again. Okay, hold on. Joy exhales loudly. That's not what I meant. Sofia nods slowly. But that's how it landed. Joy shakes her head. This is becoming a semantics argument. Sofia's voice drops, quieter but heavier. No, it's becoming personal because it is personal. The room goes still. Even Joy seems to feel the shift. Sarah tries to redirect. Sofia, did something specific happen recently that brought this up? Sofia looks away for the first time, then back. Yes. Joy looks up. What? I lost a role, Sofia says. Recently. The audience gasps. Joy blinks. You did? Yes, Sofia replies. Because they wanted someone who sounded more American. A sharp intake of breath ripples through the crowd. Joy frowns. In 2026? Sofia gives a humorless laugh. Yes, in 2026. Sunny shakes her head. That's wild. Joy opens her mouth, then closes it. I didn't know that. Sofia tilts her head. That's the thing. You don't have to know for it to be happening. The audience applauds again. Joy looks genuinely unsettled now. I'm sorry that happened. Sofia nods once. Thank you. But that's why I'm not speaking in theory. Joy sits back. Okay, that context helps. Sofia's eyebrows lift. It shouldn't take that. Joy bristles. So now I can't learn? Sofia responds calmly. You can, but listening shouldn't be conditional. Whoopi interjects, voice firm. Let's not turn this into a personal standoff. Joy gestures toward Sofia. It already is. Sofia doesn't deny it. Because my life isn't an abstract debate. Joy crosses her arms. I just think there's a fine line between advocating and attacking. Sofia's eyes flash. I haven't attacked you. Joy shoots back. You implied I don't listen. Sofia nods. Because right now you're proving my point. The audience reacts loudly. Joy looks out toward the crowd, then back at Sofia. So what do you want from me? Sofia doesn't hesitate. Curiosity instead of correction. Joy laughs sharply. I'm a talk show host. Correction is my job. Sofia replies, empathy could be part of it too. The crowd applauds again, louder, more sustained. Joy's jaw tightens. You think I don't have empathy? Sofia softens her tone just slightly. I think you have it. I don't think you're using it right now. That lands harder than any raised voice. Joy looks momentarily speechless. Whoopi steps in, decisive. All right, we're going to slow this down. Joy nods stiffly. Fine. Sofia leans back, crossing her legs now, but her eyes never leave Joy. I didn't come here to fight. Joy scoffs lightly. Could have fooled me. Sofia's voice rises again. I came here to talk about my work. But every time I talk about my work, I have to justify my existence. The audience goes quiet, then erupts into applause again, some people shouting yes. Joy stares at the table. That's not fair. Sofia leans forward one last time. Neither is being told who you can be because of how you sound. There's a long silence. Even the applause fades quicker this time. Joy looks up slowly. Maybe I underestimated how raw this still is for you. Sofia exhales. It never stops being raw. The words hang in the air. Whoopi glances toward the control room again. We're running out of time. Joy nods. Yeah. Sofia turns slightly toward the audience. I just want people watching to understand. Representation isn't charity. It's reality. The audience claps again, standing this time. Joy forces a small smile, but it doesn't reach her eyes. The tension hasn't exploded. It hasn't resolved either. It's just sitting there now, heavier, quieter, and impossible to ignore. As the show inches toward its final stretch, with everyone knowing the hardest part still hasn't been said. The final segment begins with a different kind of energy. The applause is there, but it's uneven, layered with whispers and people still processing what they've just witnessed. The camera settles back on the table. Sofia sits composed, hands folded, breathing steady. Joy straightens her jacket, then loosens it again, like she can't quite get comfortable. Whoopi looks between them before speaking. All right, Whoopi says carefully. We're almost out of time. And I want to acknowledge that this got real. Sometimes that's uncomfortable, but that's what live television does. The audience applauds softly. Joy nods, her voice quieter now. Yes. And Sofia, I want to say this directly. She turns to her. I didn't intend to minimize your experience. Sofia holds her gaze. Intent and impact are not the same. A murmur ripples through the crowd. Joy exhales. I hear that. She pauses. And I'll admit, I came into this thinking we were having a general conversation. I didn't realize how personal this still was. Sofia responds evenly. For a lot of people, it never stops being personal. Sunny nods. That's the takeaway right there. Joy presses her lips together, then looks back at Sofia. I still don't agree with everything you said. Sofia doesn't flinch. That's okay. The audience reacts, surprised. You don't need to agree, Sofia continues. You just need to accept that my experience doesn't need your approval to be real. A wave of applause rolls through the studio, stronger than before. Joy lets it happen, then nods slowly. Fair. Whoopi leans back slightly. That's growth. Joy gives a tight smile. I'm capable of it. The audience laughs lightly, easing the tension just a notch. Sarah jumps in, trying to bridge the moment. Sofia, do you feel like conversations like this are changing anything? Sofia thinks for a moment. I think they change people who are willing to be uncomfortable for a few minutes. Joy glances at her. Including hosts? Sofia meets her eyes. Especially hosts. The audience reacts again, half laughter, half applause. Joy shakes her head, but there's a reluctant smile now. Point taken. Whoopi looks to camera. This is why we do this show. Joy adds quickly, even when it's messy. Sofia nods. Real conversations usually are. There's a beat. Joy taps the table lightly. I still stand by the idea that comedy opened doors for you. Sofia responds calmly. It did, and I walked through them. But I didn't stop wanting other doors to exist. Joy considers that. That's fair. The word lands differently this time. The audience applauds again, slower, more reflective. Whoopi glances at the clock. We've got about 30 seconds. Joy turns to Sofia. Despite all this, I do admire your career. Sofia smiles faintly. Thank you. I admire anyone who's willing to sit in discomfort on live TV. The crowd laughs, applause following. Joy chuckles despite herself. Touché. Whoopi closes it out. Sofia Vergara, everyone. The audience rises, clapping louder than at any point during the segment. Sofia waves, standing briefly, then sits as the camera pulls wide. Joy nods toward her, the tension no longer sharp, but still present, like a bruise instead of an open wound. As the credits roll, microphones are still hot for a few seconds. Joy leans slightly toward Sofia. We should probably talk after. Sofia nods. I'd like that. Off camera, the audience buzz doesn't die down. People are talking over one another, pointing toward the table, replaying moments in real time. Later that afternoon, clips of the exchange flood social media. Short videos with captions like, Sofia Vergara wasn't having it, and Joy Behar pushed too far, rack up millions of views within hours. Comment sections explode. Some praise Sofia for standing her ground, calling her calm but lethal. Others accuse Joy of being dismissive, while a smaller but vocal group defends her, saying she was asking fair questions. Hashtags start trending. Sofia Vergara. The View moment. Let her finish. Entertainment outlets rush to frame it as a heated clash, while others call it an overdue conversation about typecasting and accents in Hollywood. Body language experts weigh in. Former guests tweet their support. A few actors quietly share their own stories in threads that begin with, I've never said this publicly, but... By evening, Sofia releases a short statement. No drama. No accusations. Just one line. I spoke my truth today. Thank you to everyone who listened. Joy doesn't issue a statement that night. The next morning, however, she opens the show with a brief acknowledgement. Yesterday's conversation struck a nerve. That usually means it mattered. Behind the scenes, producers reportedly hold meetings about how the segment unfolded. Some praise the authenticity. Others worry about how raw it became. Ratings spike anyway. What's clear is that the moment didn't disappear when the cameras shut off. It followed viewers home. It lingered in group chats, on timelines, in conversations about who gets heard and who gets corrected. And now that you've seen the full moment unfold, share your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the Star Talks for more real talk show stories.